Hi friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. In this video I want to explain the basics of how to draw pitchforks, also known as median lines. We'll have a number of videos on this subject. This is the first one just to provide an introduction. Basically, pitchforks, median lines are very similar to trend lines. So we have a video on that. If you haven't seen that before, you may want to check that out. It's like trend lines, it's somewhat subjective. It's a faster way, sort of identifying a trend or drawing a trend than a trend line is. So that's one key advantage to pitchforks. You can sort of spot the trend that you want to trade and the lines, the key resistance support points, a little bit quicker than with conventional trend lines. Basically, with this, you want to identify a trend, and then you want to identify the points within that trend where the market is pivoting, and then you draw what's known as a median line, and you can sort of trade around that. We'll have some charts that explains all of that shortly in this video. This is based on a course created by Yerdle Turtle, Informed Trades member, so definitely want to check out the text that corresponds to this video. Have more videos that'll be coming that are based on Yerdle's lessons as well. Okay, so first, just look at a sample chart. We can see there's a clear uptrend here. Market's clearly progressing upwards. The next part, after we've looked at the chart and sort of can see a trend, is to identify the points in the trend where the market is pivoting. So, it starts here, then we go up here, and you see there's a pivot down. From here, then we see there's another pivot up. And that's sort of the next step. So we see the trend, we've identified the pivot points. Okay, now here's a look just without the actual price bars, just the trend lines, the pivots. Okay, now we can label our pivot points. So, we start here, point pivot A, pivot B, pivot C. So basically, you look at the chart, you see the trend, you look at the pivot points, you identify them, and you sort of mark them. Those are the first steps. Now we can actually draw the pitchfork. Okay, so basically we want to go from pivot A through the center of pivot B and C, right? So here's B, here's C, here's the center. We can just draw a straight line through that. Likewise, we extend pivot B and we extend pivot C. So already, with conventional trend lines, you want to wait till the trend line is touched 3 times. That it can take some time. So in this way, it's faster. You can sort of spot the lines that you want in the channel, the price trend that you want, much sooner. With conventional trend lines, we'd be waiting for these lines to be touched multiple times before we got the confirmation we're looking for. For here, once we have pivot A, B, and C, those 3 points, we can draw the line from A, the tail line, right through the center of B to C, and we can just extend pivot B, extend pivot C. Again, there are multiple ways of drawing pitchforks. This is just one technique. We'll cover some others in future videos. Okay, actually, let's go back here. Now, the median line is sort of what you want to trade around. So once you've got B to C, as price touches the bottom line here, you can trade it to the median line. As it touches the top from pivot B, you can trade a retracement to the median line. As always, as with a very common principle in technical analysis, you want to look for confluence. So for instance, when price does reach here, our candlesticks also signaling a reversal. Once you see that, then you can trade it back to the median line, exit there. If price is up here, pivot B, you can, once you see some more reversal signs, candlestick patterns or indicators, what have you, you can trade with the median line being the target. Putting it all together, here's the chart. You can see, and again, here's an example where, okay, so price touches the bottom line here, we see some bouncing. This looks like a long wick. Now we can sort of enter a long position here and exit when it touches the median line. If it goes through the median line, we can also wait till it touches the top, short it from there. That's sort of a basic introduction to pitchforks and median lines, how to draw them. Pretty straightforward. There is an element of subjectivity. We have lots more on this subject on Informed Trades, and we'll have more videos to come. So if you have any questions, anything you want to share, join us over at InformedTrades.com. Thanks and best of luck in your trading.